everyone, welcome back. Today we'll chat about the top 5 things that helped me become a better artist that weren't just practicing every day. Some of these steps are things I didn't approach until I started taking professional illustration work. I used to think these steps were cheating or that I would be a bad artist for doing them. It took me a while to realize that many professional artists do these things too, and it does not make you any less of an artist if you do. So, let's get started. Number 1 is references. I could never say this enough, but my willingness to use references has improved my art exponentially. I used to think that true artists didn't need references, and while that may be the case for some, it's definitely not the case for everyone. If you've never drawn a particular thing before, there's a good chance you won't be able to draw it from your mind with nothing to reference back to, and that's okay. References are how we learn to draw more and more things. Number 2 is tracing. Now, this is something that may divide opinions, but tracing is something that I've seen many professional artists do who make spectacular works in order to meet deadlines. Tracing isn't something to be ashamed of, especially if you're doing it right. One thing to watch out for is tracing someone else's work and sharing it, or worse, trying to make money from it. That crosses the line into stealing, and it's very much frowned upon in the artistic community, and many artists don't want their work shared, even if it's for the purpose of doing a study anyway. One of the best ways of incorporating tracing is to take reference photos, maybe even of yourself, so you don't have to risk breaking copyright. These are your own photos that you took. Otherwise, make sure you're pulling from a very large pool of references so your final piece is still your own. Number 3 is creative play or experimentation. This was a huge eye-opener for me. For a long time, I focused only on making full and perfect illustrations when I painted. This was always fun, but after a while I felt creatively exhausted. I started to avoid painting because it felt so draining to do such demanding work. When I started to let myself experiment and play creatively with my art, something changed. I was able to feel a sense of calming when I painted, and I felt energized again to take on larger, more serious paintings. If you're not sure where to start for creative play, try this. Paint random strokes of different colors on a page. Then add some doodles of things like flowers, cross-hatching, squares, or blobs, anything, with a pencil. Finally, put down some simple line work with a pen. I find that this prompt often turns out some really fun abstract pieces, and though it's not necessary to come out with something perfect or nice at the end of this, it does sometimes feel good to love what you made after some creative play. Number 4 is stylistic studies. I've always felt that realistic studies, especially in subjects like anatomy, were important to improve on as an artist, but something I've learned along the way is that stylistic studies are just as important. All the great masters in art history studied their favorite artists. Try pulling up one of your favorite artists and create a study of one of their pieces that really speaks to you. You could learn a lot trying to recreate a favorite art piece. But like I said before, studies are usually best kept private. And number 5, staying open to other sources of creativity. I've always struggled with taking time off of painting. Whenever I spent a day not painting or drawing, I'd get overwhelmed with feeling like a fraud and like I would never improve if this kept up. But much like creative play, we need some time away from our main creative outlet so that we can come back refreshed. Maybe watch a new exciting show or try to learn a new creative hobby. Right now, I'm trying to teach myself crochet, and maybe I'll try working with clay next. Whatever it may be, try not to be too hard on yourself. Those harsh emotions will just breed a lot of mental pressure that won't be good for you or your art. So that's everything I have to share with you today. I hope I was able to help you find new ways to improve other than just practicing every day. Let me know if any of this resonated with you or if you have a different tip for us all to try. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you had fun, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next Saturday for the next one. Bye!